Welcome to VOA In-Depth Interview. Today I'm joined by Mia Chung, the playwright for You, For Me, For You. The play was staged at the Uli Mammoth Theater in Washington, D.C. and is about two sisters who fled North Korea to find a new life in the West. Welcome to the studio, Ms. Chung. First off, what was your inspiration and how does the story start?
My inspiration was in the summer of 2009, there were two female journalists from the US that were abducted. Well, they were taken at the border with North Korea. And it was a huge media frenzy. I've been interested in North Korea all my life, but at that particular time, I was in graduate school for playwriting, and I was captivated by that. And really the big question at the beginning was, why hasn't this country opened up to the world yet?
And tell us a little bit about the beginning of the play. How does it start? And throughout the play, what was your most proud part of the story?
In the beginning of the play, we see the two sisters, and they've prepared a meal for the older sister's birthday. The younger sister prepared the meal. And they are both encouraging each other to eat. And they're very, very hungry, but they keep wanting the other person to eat. And in this way, I'm trying to indicate a few things. First of all, most people who know anything about North Korea know that they have suffered from famine and hunger. So I didn't want to make it too obvious, but I also needed to indicate that. And more importantly, I wanted to establish right away the sisters' very strong, loving bond for each other and the sense of sacrifice, self-sacrifice for another person's survival.
How did you come up with a title?
The important thing for me with regard to this play and specifically North Korea is I feel that one of the stabilizing factors, this is just my interpretation, but one of the stabilizing factors for North Korea is a sense of family, a strong sense of family. So, and because if you leave, then your family gets punished for your freedom. And so, of course, many people won't leave unless their family has all passed away or something like that. So I wanted the title to sort of summarize the sense of bond and sacrifice. And also I wanted very much, yes, this play deals with two North Korean sisters and a North Korean smuggler, but I don't want it to seem like just something out there in the outside world, distant, exotic, foreign. I wanted it to seem very present and accessible to everyone. It's a universal story, this idea that people can be oppressed and sort of kidnapped by authorities or powers.
Let's move on to audience reaction. What was it like?
Actually, there was a North Korean artist who came to the theater, Songbyuk, and he came to a dress rehearsal. Still lots of, it was still in development, so I was really nervous that he was seeing that. But I was totally thrilled and touched because afterwards he was quite moved and he told me he really enjoyed it and that the scene, the first scene actually was his favorite, and it reminded him, he said, of his mother and sister who passed away in North Korea. And after that I thought, okay, that is probably the one audience member that I really had to please.
You also wrote in the booklet for the theater that you employed magic realism into the story. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
In order to look at the juxtaposition of West and the closed society of North Korea and the open society outside of North Korea, I needed to create situations that frankly are close to impossible. that a North Korean would come to New York City and learn English very quickly and that sort of thing. Additionally, another inspiration was North Korea itself, the government, because the stories that they write and tell to their own people are very magical. And so it seemed like the right narrative style to use.
What is your next project? Does it have anything to do with North Korea?
Not specifically. What I would say is I have a few different projects. One of them is on about a Korean immigrant to the U.S.
As you are probably aware, we broadcast in North Korea. And I was wondering if you have a message for our viewers in North Korea?
Well, I would say that the overwhelming response is of a really genuine human desire to understand, to help, and to communicate with them.